Once upon a time, in a golden kingdom nestled between misty mountains and whispering woods, a monstrous wild cat prowled the land. No one knew where it came from, only that it brought with it shadows and silence. It moved like thunder and struck like lightning, leaving ruins where laughter once lived. The creature feared no soldier, no spell, no sword, until it met Derrick. Derrick was just a boy, small, scrappy, and full of questions. But unlike others, he walked through the kingdom with no fear. While grown men hid behind stone walls, Derrick wandered the fields. The wild cat saw him and recoiled. It couldn't touch him. Each time it tried, its claws turned cold. Its roars faded to whimpers. The beast, in all its fury, was helpless before this child. You see, Derrick was no ordinary boy. Born under a red eclipse, he carried the mark of the underworld, a mark invisible to most, but burning in the eyes of the beast. Derrick was immune, not because he was stronger, but because he was destined. The beast was ancient and cunning. It knew the truth. One day, when Derrick was grown, when he understood the fire within him, he would be the one to end the curse. The cat raged, terrified of what Derrick would become. So it watched him from the shadows, waiting for a moment of weakness. But Derrick just smiled and waved at the monster, because deep down he already knew who he was. And one day soon he would rise, not as a boy, but as a warrior who could slay even the darkest nightmare. Years passed. The kingdom healed in daylight, but cowered again by moonlight. The wild cat still roamed, quieter now, lurking on rooftops and vanishing in storms. It was waiting for Derrick to grow. And Derrick did grow. No longer a boy, he was now a young man, taller, stronger, with fire in his eyes and questions burning deeper than ever before. The mark on his back, once faint, now pulsed with a dull glow each night. He tried to ignore it, but dreams haunted him. Visions of shadows whispering his name and a flaming blade buried beneath a mountain of bones. One evening, the sky split open with blood-red lightning. Villagers screamed. The wild cat had returned, bolder than ever. It leapt from tower to tower, roaring a name not heard aloud in years. Derrick. But this time, Derrick didn't run. Guided by instinct and something older than memory, he ventured into the forbidden cavern. Deep inside, under mountains of forgotten stone, he found it, an ancient bowl, resting atop it, the blade from his dreams, soul fire. As he touched it, the mark on his back erupted in flames, encircling him with a crown of ember and ash. The underworld awakened within him. He was not just born of darkness, he was its balance. And with soul fire in hand, he emerged from the cavern, no longer just a boy immune to fear, but a warrior chosen by fate, forged in fire. The final hunt had begun. The kingdom stood still. The sky was ash-gray, the winds heavy with dread. From the shadows of the crumbling cliffs, the wild cat emerged, massive, twisted by rage, its eyes burning like twin moons. Its fur, once sleek, now bristled with jagged obsidian spikes. This was no longer a beast. It was a curse made flesh. But across the scorched fields walked Derrick. No armor, no army, just soul fire pulsing in his hand and the blazing mark of the underworld dancing across his back. The cat let out a deafening roar, shaking the heavens. Derrick didn't flinch. Their eyes locked. One born from nightmare, the other from destiny. Then they charged. Claws clashed with flame. The ground shattered beneath their fury. The wild cat struck with shadows, each swipe trying to pull Derrick into darkness. But he moved like fire itself, each blow carving light into the air. Still, the beast was strong, older than war, older than fear. It pinned Derrick down. Its fangs sank deep into his shoulder. Blood met soil. But just as the light began to fade from Derrick's eyes, he heard it, the whisper from the blade. You were never alone. And suddenly the flames roared back, not just from the sword, but from within. Derrick's entire body ignited, becoming a storm of molten light. The mark on his back surged, and with a final cry, he drove soul fire through the creature's heart. A blinding flash, a silence so deep it hurt. Then wind, fresh, free. The wild cat was gone. The curse was broken. And Derrick, no longer a boy, no longer just a warrior, stood beneath the rising sun, crowned by the fire he was once afraid to awaken. The kingdom cheered. The shadows retreated. But Derrick simply looked to the horizon, knowing this was only the beginning.